right, what we're going to be drinking tonight is a Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA. 6.7, so it's definitely on the strong side. Tastes absolutely delicious. Kind of reminds you of a Blue Moon, if you will. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of my favorite WWE wrestlers, helped lead the WWF win the Monday Night Wars versus WCW in the 90s. Man, let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. You are watching Talking Sports and More with Maurice, and this is a chilly evening here. I'm in the Farm Den Studios, and let's go ahead and get it cracking. You already know what I'm sipping on here. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. Oh boy. Go ahead and pick you some up at Bev Mo's or wherever you pick your liquor and beer up at. Definitely worth it. Expensive, but worth it. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into recapping week 8. And man, I tell you what, my top 5 picks did not disappoint, as my Minnesota Vikings did not disappoint. They went ahead and took care of business, 34-26, putting in work. And I'm telling you, the Minnesota Vikings is the best team nobody's talking about. And that might change, as you know how the bandwagon networks are. When something get popping, they want to jump on it. But I'm already on it. So let's go. As far as with the Jets and Patriots, the Patriots went ahead and took care of business, 22-17. I'm gonna keep rolling with the Jets. I like what they're doing right now. They're just overachieving right now, and you can't really knock them. I like really what they're doing, and just let's see how next week goes. But the Patriots, they showed some perseverance, if you will, because I think their season was hanging in the balance. As far as are they gonna have a quarterback controversy? With old Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones, that might be something to watch moving forward. But like I said, Patriots, they got the dub over the Jets. Giants traveled to Seattle, took on the Seahawks, and I wanted to see what was, how good. They were like, okay, the Giants are good. Let's see, So they traveled. It's Marvel, everybody. She in the building. The Giants traveled to Seattle, take on the Seahawks, and I just wanted to see how good the Giants were versus, I would say, a solid team. Shit, they in first place. Oh man, that didn't mean a lot, did it? Not in the NFC West right now. But nonetheless, the Seahawks are a good team, above 500, and I thought it was going to be a good test for the Giants to see exactly where they measure up. And then they did come up short. Damn good game. 13-27 was the score. The Giants fell to the Seahawks. So moving forward here, it's going to get really interesting. And I'm going to stay in the NFC West here, talk about the Niners and Rams. It was a come-out party for CMC. Definitely a come-out party, because he did everything but nothing. He rushed for a touchdown. He threw for a touchdown. He caught a touchdown. Everybody said, well, he was doing something. He was doing the damn thing. So when I say doing the damn thing, his come-out party, let me put this in perspective here, okay? The 49ers total yards was 368. Christian McCaffrey, CMC, had over 180. Putting in work, come-out party, all of that. With Debo being out, it was really his time to like, okay, let's really see. Because Rams really had no clue, I think, of kind of how the game plan. Even though they just played that nigga a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? So definitely CMC tenderized the Rams. Very good game. When he was playing in Carolina a couple weeks ago, he had a damn good game. Of course, the Rams won, but CMC had a damn good game. So as far as with him, Rams, without Debo, let everybody know that CMC has arrived and the 49ers are a force to be reckoned with. Garoppolo, 21 out of 25, very efficient, no turnovers, because Jalen Ramsey doesn't know how to catch the ball. You know, he let 2 interceptions just drop, you know, that could have really changed the dynamic of the game. 49ers went ahead and took care of business 31-14. So, I mean, yeah, Garoppolo had a good game, but, man, right there in the defender's hand like this. So, in the game that I was really steamed about, because I think Aaron Rodgers, he just been, I don't know what this guy is thinking, or, you know, he throwing everybody under the bus, has, you know, from his contract, from his, oh, they didn't involve me in this, and then they didn't do this, and, you know, I felt like this, and I was just like, I. Okay, Nate, here's your money. Shut up. With all the money being tied up in Aaron Rodgers' contract, they can't get nobody. Well, they probably would have already. Marvel. Can you please? Stop. Can you please? Marvel. She off the chain. So, I figured the game like this. All right. You can't throw your wide receivers under the bus. You can't throw your coaching staff under the bus as far as with the play call and what we need to do, when we need to do that. You know, you can't. You know, quarterbacks, when you're the face of the franchise, most quarterbacks are, you take responsibility. Even if it's not your fault. You could throw a perfect pass. Wide receiver drop it. You know, I got to make sure that me and the wide receiver's on the same page. You know, I got to make a better pass. I heard on the radio the other day that, you know, Kevin Durant has bad leadership skills. You know, we're one of the greatest of all time. Good, you know, dead-eye shooter. Badly. Does Aaron Rodgers have bad leadership skills? Is he not a leader among men? Now, the reason why I said I wanted the Buffalo Bills to stomp a mud hole in their ass and walk it dry, it's not because, you know, I dislike Aaron Rodgers or whatever. It should be a wake-up call. Like, look, you know, the problem lies elsewhere. Throwing pick six, you know, getting sacked, just making, you know, you can't always blame him. What are you doing, you know, that's not helping the wide receivers? You know, you can't just say, oh, you know, Devontae Adams, he didn't come out, you know, just balling like that. He worked to where he at, doing the damn thing. And he's like, you know what? This nigga gonna get his check. I'm getting my check. I'm gonna go back to my BFF. You know. He left the Packers. Went to the Raiders. Great pickup by the Raiders. What happened? I'm gonna just say that score. I know it was not in my top 5, but the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly of Oakland, because, you know, they went back, they made a lot of fuss, you know. Before that, it was LA. Now they're in Las Vegas, and they lost to the New Orleans Saints 24-0. With that, you know, I just like, you know, I told you the season's been wild, it's been bananas, coconuts, and it's like, on paper, they look good. They should be performing at a higher level, but some way, somehow, they find themselves at a 2-5 record, damn near the middle of the season. Just 2 wins in the first 8 weeks of the NFL. I really don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, Josh McDaniels. I mean, look what he did in Denver. you know, knowing they was gonna get rid of Jay Cutler, you know, put him on blast, holding the jersey up and doing all that dumb shit, you know, going back to New England as offensive coordinator, which is nothing wrong with that. Who wouldn't be the offensive coordinator? I guess Marvel decided to open the door and go back in the house. Hold on. Marvel off the chain, y'all. So, went back to New England, being an offensive coordinator, got some more rings, all that good stuff. No problem with that. But then he supposed to have been on the way to be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. He said, nah. Everything. Breaking news. Josh McDaniels, the new head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. Nah. I'm gonna just kick it here. Crazy, right? Alright, so all is forgiven, all is forgotten, you know, because he, like, you know, kind of, he got a little shadiness to him. He's maybe a little flaky, you know. Screw it, Josh McDaniels. Who wouldn't want him? Boom. Head coaching gig with the Raiders because they needed a name. The Raiders needed a name because look what happened to the last name. What did he say? I'm not even going to go there. It doesn't even matter. So, they needed a name. Moral of the story, the Raiders needed a name. They got a name. They made some great moves. You know, they got Waller, they got Josh Jacobs, they got Adams. I mean, like, why are they 2-5? Leadership. You know, it could have been a mistake getting a name. Sometime a name, I mean, you go into a store, see the name brand, go ahead and grab it. Right next to it might be a Walmart brand or a Sunny Select. It might do what it do. I told you this is good, didn't I? I told you. But the thing about the Raiders is, I think they reached, like, what coach can we get so we got, you know, we're in Vegas, you know. Seem like right now they could be a mistake. Could be a mistake, you know.